Yeah, I wouldn't trust it with my neck either. Trust them with, like, my spine, maybe. You can't fuck that up that much more. That's a lie. My spine isn't that fucked up. But it's not fun. Shaquille O'Neal getting his neck snapped?
Your lower neck?
Oh, you motherfucker.
You motherfucker! That's what he sounds like. Oh, you motherfucker! I'm Shaquille O'Neal. When I worked at the Point Centaur, we had a life-size cutout of Shaquille O'Neal because he, like, I don't know if he sponsored it or he had partnered with, like, a printer brand, a brand of printers. So we had a life-size fucking cutout of him holding a printer. He is gigantic. He is a hulking behemoth of a man. It's insane, but yeah, he's just hanging out there. It's really funny. I would like someone to walk on my back, but I don't know how many... I don't know many people smaller than... Really? You don't know many people smaller than you? Aren't you a decent height? Aren't you tall? Are there not a lot of... Do you have, like, only 6+ people surrounding you? Why not have a Shaq cutout just for the love of the... Your stick figure? Well, smaller doesn't necessarily mean, like, smaller just means shorter, right? In my terms, smaller just means shorter. If you wanted to say skinnier, you would say skinnier. Smaller is on height. In, you know, typically, in the typical sense. Take smaller as shorter / skinnier? Really? But then how do you know which one you're talking about? Shortest girl I know is plenty heavy, mostly due to being a short stack. But how do you know what you're talking about? How would you know what you say? If you see, like, a thick, like, a cylinder, and then a cylinder that's thinner, I would say that's a thinner cylinder. I wouldn't say it's a smaller cylinder. Unless it was, like, fully scaled, where, like, the length of it, if that was shorter, then I would say it was smaller. But if it was just skinnier, I wouldn't say it was smaller. I mean, technically it has less mass, which I guess by definition. But I feel like a lot of people wouldn't really say smaller just because they're skinnier. I feel like that's very contextual. Vinegar. Situational. Referring to something as hot. What? That logic, you can use shorter instead of smaller. Yeah, you can use shorter instead of smaller. Yeah, you can. But smaller, I have never really... If you say someone is smaller than you, unless you're specifically talking about, like, oh, I'm gonna fit into this dress, but you're smaller than me, so you would fit into it, and just meaning that they're skinnier, I would always mean assume that you were talking about height. Small refers to height, typically. You hear it all the time. Really? I never hear it like that. I never hear it used like that. Like, the only time is if you're specifically talking about, like, oh, you're smaller, you can fit into this dress. Like, that's it. I need to recruit one of my cousins. But if you draw a regular average person, and you say, draw a smaller person, you're gonna draw a shorter person. You're not gonna draw a skinnier person. You're gonna draw a shorter person. It'd be really fucking weird if you said draw a smaller person and you just drew someone the same height but skinnier. That's really that's psychopath behavior. That's really weird. You recruit one of your cousins. Dude, my one friend has this thing where he will draw a smaller person, draws a stick figure. Oh my god, Kyok. No, that's not how that... God. No, what was I gonna say? I have a friend, Ghost Boy. Ghost Boy does this thing where he'll pop your back by, like, squeezing you real hard. I'm a little bit too small. Because when he did that, I did not have a good time. It was about to fucking break my spine in half. For height, I tend to go by taller or shorter. Oh yeah, if you're specifically talking about height, then you will usually say taller or shorter. And if you're talking about weight, you'll typically say like fatter or skinnier. But if you say small, if you say here's this thing, draw a smaller version, you're gonna make it like shorter. But yeah, it does depend on context. He's smaller than me usually refers to in the conversation like, I'm 6, but my cousin is smaller. Yeah, it means you're shorter. Yeah, and people call people that were muscular or fat as larger or bigger. That's also a contextual thing, though. Like, I'm saying without context. If it's in context, yeah. Like, if you're specifically talking about, like, muscle mass or weight, then yeah, saying bigger or smaller makes sense. But if you're just saying it without context, like saying someone's smaller than me, that typically implies height. If there's no specific context stating that it means weight, ordinarily people are going to think height. Like what Versi said, like he's smaller than me usually means height. I'm sure they can be used for... No, yeah, I know, I didn't say it couldn't be used for both. I didn't say it couldn't be used for both. I said in, like, without the context, it's not typically used for mass. It's used for height. By default. All context in the moment of conversation. What? As in he's smaller, as in he's a weak girly man? What? You can show two people and one is thinner, but they're the same height. And if you ask who's smaller, it'll be the thin one. It's the same. That's context. Are you really like not understanding what I'm saying? Do you really not understand what I am saying here? There's no way you cannot there's no way that you can't understand this. You have to be comprehended. This is not complicated, Sky. He's having a beef with me. I know he has to be trolling. Like, there's no way that he's not trolling. We were actually talking about it, like, yesterday, where it's like, they troll because they're pretending to be wrong, and they're just trolling. So it's like, how do you know if somebody's actually stupid or not? You can't tell if they're just purposely pretending they don't understand, or if they're actually dumb. We were talking about that, like, last night. Was that last night? Teehee. Yeah, don't worry about I see you.